So before we get started on the unboxing of the Air Jordan 1 Low Neutral Gray in women's sizing, I just want to give a big thank you and shout out to everybody because we hit 22,000 subscribers. If you know, you know, that's a special number to me, much more than 20K. So I thank you again so much, but I'm not going to hold you long. Let's jump into the unboxing of this pair. I absolutely have to give a shout out to Bart down at ATL. Only reason I was able to secure these for retail and shipping. You have to appreciate the blessings that occur in the sneaker game today because they are few and far in between. So I really appreciate just genuine kindness for helping me get this pair. So this is the women's Air Jordan 1. I think of it as like a very unique Jordan 1 low drop. I say that because it was offered in grade school, women's and men's, and that's not typical for any drop these days that you have a women's sizing option in there as well. So I opted for 7.5, which is my true women's size. And we have the 2021 look at an Air Jordan 1 Low neutral gray, but we originally saw this back in 2015 when the other OG colorways dropped for the Jordan 1 Low that are reminiscent of the 85 high cut for the Jordan 1 itself. And I'm a big fan of this shoe. This is one of the few I actually stressed over in the month of June. Now we can see on the back they returned to the OG look of the Wings logo on the back, and if you have any newer pairs, you know that's not the placement of the Wings logo on the heel. It usually isn't texture either with the suede that you see here, and we'll get into some of the differences between the men's and the women's pair because I was able to see that. Now you have the swoosh on the lateral medial side. That's what we're used to seeing, but that swoosh is a point of contention. Some people absolutely hated that it differed in size, and we'll touch on that as well in a little bit. But for the tongue, you have the traditional Nike Air on the tongue, which is not featured on the newer iterations for Jordan 1 Low. You see them on the OG, not on the newer ones. And for the laces, so I know there was some difference in terms of colors for the laces, the type of gray that you have. This is a much darker gray than what we see everywhere else on the shoe, but it does work out, I think, depending on the socks you have. Now for the outer sole here, you have that lighter neutral gray or particle gray. I know there is some difference between this and the way the sole and the midsole is cut and designed with the OG. And we'll take a look here at how this differs from the 2015 Shadow 1 Low. So I have that, as you can see, in hand. And yes, the swoosh takes up a lot more real estate on the 2015 pair than it does on the 2021 pair. Not that it's a bad thing, it just takes up less space. It's designed a little slimmer. And then on the back, as you can see, the Wings logo is on the upper part of the heel, but this one is textured, unlike the all leather pair that we received in 2015. And then the tag is the same and the insole is the same. Now, being able to have, I think, suede on this shoe, yes, it's different from 2015, but I like the change in material. I like the change up in texture. I like that it adds something just a little bit more dynamic to an already iconic shoe. I wasn't fortunate enough to get the 85 high released this year, and I'm still a little salty about that. I will say that. I'm still holding on to the saltiness from the L, but I think this is a beautiful sneaker. I still think Jordan Brand executed this well, and I'm really appreciative they thought enough to provide women our own sizing. Otherwise, I typically have to get a 6.5 in grade school Jordan 1s just because the fit just seems to be more narrow for my foot than if I were to get a women's true 7.5. So that's why I didn't go up to an 8 in women's. I stuck with the 7.5, and the fit works perfectly, the same as if I were to pick up a women's 7.5 in a Jordan 1 high. So this is a joy to have in hand. I will say that. If I could luck up on the 85 high at a decent price, I would, but that Listen, we're not holding our breath there. Now let's take a look at some of the differences. So with the women's and men's, you can see the men's pair actually features a much hairier suede than what the women's pair will feature, and I'm not sure if most people knew that. But if you have them side by side and hand in hand, you can see that. Shout out to Hoops Fresh because these pictures are all courtesy of him. The padded eye stay, so it is padded on the women's pair, not on the men's pair, which I think should give a point to the women's pair versus the men's pair, maybe just in terms of comfort there. there as you wear these throughout the day. I'll just go ahead and chalk that up and give the women a point there, but I think the men probably get a point for the hairy suede on the back heel. And then last two pictures here, so slightly thinner leather is used on the women's pair, which I guess that just depends on preference, but you can see the suede here on the swoosh is a little bit different as well, so smoother on one than the other. So men, you guys received hairier suede. I guess this really does come down to your preference for the execution of a sneaker. For myself, very happy with the way the women's pair turned out. However, hairier suede, let's say maybe on the swoosh, would have been a nice change up, but I don't have any complaints, concerns, or issues with my pair. Please make sure that you sound off in the comments. Did you pick up a pair? Women, did you get a grade school or women's or a men's depending on your sizing? I am super curious about that option there.
I surround my soul with the positivity. That's why I don't worry about the things that I don't see. Yeah. These days I don't worry about much. I think we should have some more fun. I still dream about the days when we were young. I'll take the hit and still finish.
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl TJ back with another video. Talks with TJ, aka T Yeezy for the time being. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in to another video. If you're brand new and you like what you see, which I guess 22,000 of you do, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I really appreciate it. Two Swoosh crew, you guys have held me down since day one, so I really appreciate it. And yes, we're at 22K or just past it. We actually hit it on 4th of July weekend, so I will let you know now. Working on samples for new tees to get out before the summer is over, so just keep your eyes peeled. As you know, I'll keep you informed, but A Fresh Culture and myself, we are working on samples, so as soon as I have those in and they're good to go, we will open the floodgates pretty much for you guys to pick up your at your age, not your shoe size shirt. So we're going back to the OG design. I can at least share that with you, and more to come on colorways and timing of the release as well. But we're unboxing a Jordan 1 Low, and we know that Jordan 1 period is all it's all the buzz these days, except a lot of people still disrespect the Jordan 1 mid. I will never understand it, but hey, do whatever makes you feel good at the end of the day. This was a pair high on my list. Really glad that I was able to get my hands on it. So again, shout out to Bart for hooking me up, because otherwise I would be just SOL, victim of hunger kicks once again, which it's so dark now that I rewatched like a commentary video on Hunger Games, and I'm just like, oh, it really feels that way. Like that's exactly how it feels. It feels like the sneaker game is just out of pocket sometimes, you know, kind of like Rachel Nichols. Oh, did I say that? Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. We are Team Maria Taylor over here, so let's just say that it's crazy that I don't see the Jordan 1 high, like the 85 neutral gray, on a lot of top 10 lists so far for 2021. And that just blows my mind, because to me, that should absolutely be on a lot of top 10 lists. I know a lot of Jordan 1s will make their way on that list that probably should not, but I actually think that this, you know, that one, the 85 cut, should make it. And I'm a really big fan of this low. So to me, this is way better executed than the tech gray or white Oreo, whatever you would like to call that Jordan 4. Just being honest, I know I'm wearing a Jordan 4 shirt, but just being honest, I really do think it was better executed. So let's just break down really fast how I would style this 3 different ways. Very first look may be a little confusing, but just go with it here. Fear of God Essentials knit crew neck, the distressed denim shorts from American Eagle, and then the Stance crew socks to bring out that gray in the lace that you guys see here. Second fit, Nike Fear of God t-shirt with the H&M linen pants. I just picked those up as well. I will have a video on them soon. And then the Air Jordan 1 Low, particle gray, neutral gray, whichever name you would like to give it. This is a perfect outfit for the summer. I'm absolutely here for it. And then for the final look, we have full H&M look with the Los Angeles or California themed t-shirt, and then the linen pants that are more of a wide cut at the bottom. They do have a slit, very airy, allows the ankle to breathe. I love the way that it falls on the Jordan 1 Low. So basic fit you can pick up right now at H&M to style with your Jordan 1s. So which outfit is your favorite? 1, 2, or 3? Please sound off in the comment section below. Really appreciate you. I told you it was fast. Listen, I'm trying to be efficient, okay? And just testing out some different editing things. So I thank you guys again so much for tuning into every video you do, whether it's an unboxing, you know, me breaking down, hey, more Fear of God essentials, which I definitely did a video on that earlier this week. And, you know, the budget talks, the finance talks. I love having that with you guys. So thank you. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Merch coming soon. Peace.